Thank you, Mayor. Folks, we have a presentation tonight of the annual Good Egg Awards as presented, as actually reviewed and presented by the Commission on Human Relations. To actually make the presentations, we've got the Chair of the Commission on Human Relations, Alfreda Keller, and our staff liaison, and I believe you guys will introduce some of the Commission members who are in attendance as well.
Yes, we will.
Ladies?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'm happy to be here. I am Alfreda Keith Keller, Chairman of the Human Relations Commission, and at this time I would like to have my board to please stand. Would everyone on the Human Relations Commission please stand and introduce yourself, please? Okay, let's give them a round of applause, please. Thank you. This year we have 2 awardees. Ladies first. We have Georgette Gladstone, and she's a resident of Park Forest. And I'm going to give you a little information about her. She was appointed to the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board, and she served through 2014. She contacted many of the sitting members, encouraged them to submit applications. This is a functioning advisory board now to the Village of Board of Trustees and Recreation and Parks Department. She's a lifelong resident of the village. She also has a historical perspective of recreation and parks, as well as a vision for the future. That's good. She has a firm conviction that the parks are very important amenity to the village, and it's significant to both the individual and to the building community. Under her leadership, in just over 1 year, Recreation and Parks Advisory Board was redefined its vision and began to promote the parks as a place for residents to cultivate and appreciate nature and encourage a healthy lifestyle and strengthen the one ties to the community. So she is a very strong advocate, as well as a butterfly garden. She sponsored a chess day on the village green, and she has participated in numerous village events promoting the recreation and parks to village residents. She's been both a cheerleader and concise person for recreation and parks, and her goal of encouraging people to use the parks and promoting the village parks as a vehicle to foster social and community relations. I could go on, but I'm going to stop here. This was referred by Robert Gunther, who was Director of Recreation and Parks, for her to receive the Good Egg Award. So let's give her a round of applause. Come forward. This is from the Village of Park Forest 2015 Good Egg Award for Georgette Gladstone. Let's give her a round of applause.
I think that's my favorite artist. Yes, may I say a few words?
Yes, you can.
First of all, I'm really honored to accept this award. I can't tell you, when I opened up the letter and I read that I'm going to be awarded this award, I was really quite shocked. But it's funny the way the journeys one takes when one retires, because I had really no idea I would even be here, but I'm glad I am. However, I always like to reflect. As I look back through all the years living here in Park Forest, the parks and programs offered by Park Forest have nurtured me and my family. In fact, it has given careers to my children. And now, being on the Recreation and Parks Advisory Board, this gives me an opportunity to give back to my community. When I received my acceptance letter, like I said, I also noticed that I was appointed chair. I guess I was a little surprised. I felt an urgent need to meet with the director, Rob Gunther. When I first met Rob Gunther, I had my agenda typed up, 3 pages, single-spaced. He kindly listened and accepted what I had to suggest. However, he then gave me information to help me understand the challenges ahead. I read reports, talked to people, went online to read about trends in parks, and visited other community parks for ideas. Soon, those challenges became possibilities, but I could not do it alone. I am so grateful to the people on my advisory board. Karen Blackfull, Julie Ferguson, Kathy Vaught, and Mike Adami. We have been able to move forward in a positive way because we've had quorums to make these possibilities realities. I am also very pleased about our liaisons to the other commissions. These liaisons give us opportunities to meet and work with exceptional people, and I mean exceptional. These people work so hard in our community, and they're so dedicated in building a sense of community. They care about the residents here, and it's reflected in the decisions they make. They are all volunteers who, instead of complaining with personal agendas, meet every month and work for the common good. There's a wonderful program on PBS called I'll Have What Phil Is Having. I don't know if you've seen that. It is wonderful. Phil Rosenthal, who is the creator of Everyone Loves Raymond, travels to other countries, meeting people and delighting in their cuisine. He recently traveled to Hong Kong. In the middle of the city, away from the noise and crowds, there is a park. As he is walking through that park, he reflects on the positive impact the park has on its people. He says that to him, parks represent how the people, government, take care of each other. A park is where you go after a busy day. I would like to think that our parks represent how the people living and working in the community take care of each other and the environment. And I invite you, and I'm sure you've already have, go for a walk in the wetlands. Thank you so much.
Now we can give her another round of applause. Come on, we can do a little bit better than that. Thank you. Now I have part 2 to this. I have another awardee, and he was nominated by Peter McGuire, and the gentleman's name is Caleb Warner, and I'm going to give you a little information about him. He had early exposure to the Hidden Meadows golf course, and this sparked an interest with Caleb. So he's been an instructor for the First Tee program for the past 3 years at Deer Creek Golf Club. And part of his mission has been to expose minority children to the game of golf. His experiences in Park Forest baseball fostered a desire for him to become a coach, a youth baseball coach. And he's coached the youth baseball leagues. And then there was a need for umpires. So what did Caleb do? He became a youth baseball umpire. You see where this is going. Caleb also devoted himself to the community by organizing and coaching in the parks and recreation basketball leagues. Now we keep going with this. So at present, Caleb is a college student at Prairie State College. He volunteers at the Deer Creek Golf Course in University Park, and he's employed as a golf Galaxy in Orland Park. So in conclusion, Caleb Warner is a joy to his mother. That's a good thing. A legacy for his grandparents, and an inspiration to his siblings and to the youth of Park Forest. Finally, he was referred to or nominated by, as I said earlier, Peter McGuire. And I just want to add that Caleb has been a lifelong resident of Park Forest, Park Forest schools, and numerous experiences in Park Forest recreation programs. Let's give him a round of applause, please. Caleb, I want to present you the Village of Park Forest 2015 Good Egg Award. Congratulations. Oh, picture. Okay, thank you so much. Now, you know, we can give both of our awardees another round of applause, and they're products of Park Forest. I think that deserves a round. On behalf of the commission, I just want to thank these two awardees. I want to thank the board for giving us this opportunity to do this evening, and just keep doing great things in Park Forest. Thank you.
First of all, I want to say thank you to the Commission on Human Relations. A few years ago, the Good Egg Award had kind of gone into oblivion, and it was very good when the Commission decided to resurrect the award. And I think we've had some great honorees in the meanwhile. I want to thank the commissioners, all of our commissioners, for the volunteer work that they do. They give a lot of time to our community, as Georgette knows. I think it's interesting that you say you're a retiree, a very youthful-looking retiree, incidentally, but you're a retiree, and Caleb is a young man, and so we kind of had both spectrums of our community represented, and you're both very deserving. So we appreciate all that you do, and you're kind of symbols of the many volunteers in our community, and we appreciate that. So thank you and congratulations.